Hey y'all, it's me. Stop, drop, and roll on. And I had to move my location. Mainly because I didn't even know that that light was that dark back there. Why y'all didn't tell me? I looked at something I was going back to put a video. No, put type respond to some people. And I looked at something and I said, I'm sitting up here looking like I've been out drinking somewhere. That ain't even me. I don't even do stuff like that. I looked a mess. Y'all so kind and gracious, didn't nobody say nothing. Thank you, but sometimes send me a private message when it gets bad and just reel me in. I wasn't trying to do mood lighting or nothing like that. I think I was just being ornery, maybe trifling or something. Whatever the word is, you want to insert something there. But I'm going to have to do something about that lighting if I go back in there because that look was a I said, I look like somebody. Well, I am old enough to be somebody's grandma, but I really look like I was somebody's grandma. Like the little baby's been in here wearing me and living with me and doing stuff. That ain't even my story. Anyway, let me get on with it, cause I'm done with that. Um, last summer I didn't tell y'all. We have some thugs that roam our neighborhood, okay, and they come in the form of they got four legs and they squirrels. And I'm not playing. I'm about ready to start collecting some pelts. And if you part of the Peter, if my niece the second pod and you know who you are, if you're looking at this, honey, don't write me no letter. Annie loves you, but don't write me no letter telling me about cruelty to nothing. Because you ain't living in my world and you don't see what's going on out here. Yesterday, y'all, I got up to go out there. And I'm going to back it up in a minute and tell y'all exactly what happened last summer. Let me tell you now, because it'll give you a better insight as to why my mood changed. Last summer, one of these girls had some twins. I know they was twins because they was real small, and it was two of them, and they was always together. I don't know where the mama was. I guess she took our yard as going to be Mother's Day out or something. You know how people go drop their little kids off, somebody to watch them. Well, I guess that's what she was doing. And our front yard was Mother's Day out. And she up there in the tree sleep or doing whatever and went somewhere over to one of her friends' trees or something. I don't know. All I know is them two little squirrels showed up. They were really small. They had some big eyes for the rest of themselves. And I said, them has got to be from the same letter. And both of them got the same terrible on them. And the problem is I say it's a girl. She might not be a girl, but I just dubbed her as a girl. Had a problem. The problem is that little cow wanted to get out there in front of my door where I can open the door and walk like 3, 4 paces and I'm right here at your feet. Sleep. She sleep out here. I ain't never ever I caught it on tape. Now who is this? I don't know. This happened this is just like I'm sending up a radar somewhere. I don't even know who that is. I hope he don't leave no messages. He gonna be on YouTube, whoever he is. Enough, Nelson. Okay, I'm back. So, um, the little squirrel was out there asleep all the time, and then a couple of times I looked out there. She's down here. When I say sleep, y'all, I'm not playing. I'm talking about at the base of a tree, right outside the store, with your head down like this. Sleep, sleep. And the brother, which I assume might have had more gray matter cells going on, was up in the flower bed looking down like, Sissy, I don't think you're supposed to be down there and sleep like this. This is a danger zone. They didn't stop her. And she did that 2 or 3 times. I caught her little self on tape one time on my flip camera because I couldn't believe it. And so fast forward, I think the people, her relatives or something was here. I'm accusing the people in the neighborhood. Now I'm buying flowers, having little pots up on this little stand thing back here. It's one here brick, the other one brick, with some cute flowers in them. I done wasn't picked out, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm, doing it up. I got some flowers out here, and it's just something to look at, help your day go brighter. About a week later, I started noticing that it looked like my flowers was thinning out. And I said, now I know that ain't nobody coming through here stealing flowers out of my pot. You just can't be doing that. And so I'm sitting up here like something ain't right. And so the next time I go through and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, this is some crazy going on here. I really was getting a little accusatory, and I had to repent about it after I found out that it was the squirrels that was throwing my pots down, because they progressed from just dismantling the plants to actually throwing the pots down off the thing. And it's something to see. I'm not making this up. We sat out here on the patio and watched these clowns throw the pot down one time. Now, what had happened was, after they threw the flowers out so many times, I'm only going to replace something 2, 3 times. I replaced it twice. And then I told Pierre, I said, I'm not buying no more flowers. I'm done. I said, this don't make no sense. I don't know who's doing this, but, I mean, birds don't normally steal flowers. If a person is coming up here, just knock on the door. If you want flowers, just knock on the door and I said, take the pot, take it all. Leave the house and take the pot and the flowers. That's the way I feel about it. We sat out here on the patio one day and we watched this little thugalicious squirrel knock my pot with the remaining dirt in it. I found a flower flung up over on that other side. And so we just figured out what had happened. The mystery was solved at that point. I just told Pierre, I said, I'm done. No mas. I'm not doing no more. So after that, yesterday morning, I got up. I was in a peaceful mood. I'm drinking out of the apocalyptic glasses. I'll tell you about these in a minute. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going out there to look at the yard. I don't know why I wait every time I plant a little square back there, thinking like I'm out, on Green Acres or something, and I'm standing out there with the pitchfork going like this with Oliver. And I was walking and I'm like, and I'm taping, I'm recording. And I went out there and I'm looking and I was like, oh yeah, everything's doing all right, because I was really wondering about, I put the plants out there. I went against the rules and put the little seedlings out there and I wanted to see how they was doing. And I go out there and I get close and I was like, what is that on the ground right there? And I'm just looking and I said, this is one of my seedling things. Them clowns been out there digging and just not a whole lot of them, but 2 of them for sure, laid out. I mean, and they don't just pick it up and lay it over to the side. They got to kick it out the box. So I'm like, I'm not going through this again this year. I don't know if I'm gonna have to start collecting pelts or what. But like I said, my niece don't write me, honey. I got one that is PETA advocate, vegan, which I don't have no problem with that. That's her choice, but she started out with, don't write me no note telling me about collecting squirrel pelts. It's just a figure of speech. I ain't gonna do it because I don't want that mess, but I'm just saying. It makes you angry enough to want to be Davy Crockett-ish, and start a fashion statement with something, but I ain't gonna do that because that ain't me. But I'm just saying. Anyway, this year, y'all, I just decided that I was going to. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Actually, I started last year just trying to bring it down a notch, and I was just like, I'm not going to be buying stuff that I'm not going to use, and I'm not going to be buying stuff when I already have something that's similar to it here that I could be using. A few years ago, we had like a little dinner party or something, and I bought these dishes. And it wasn't a white party. It just seemed like everything we bought was white. I don't know what that was about. But We had bought some dishes, and then they ended up on the top shelf. Now, I don't know what them dishes was up on the top shelf for. But me and Pierre had this thing going in here about 2 years ago where we were just like breaking dishes accidentally. And I'm like, well, why? You'd be back there in the back, crash. He'd be up back there in the back, crash. And we weren't like at a Greek wedding or nothing, smashing dishes down and yelling, is it oompa or whatever they say. It wasn't even like that. It was just, we was like breaking dishes accidentally all over the place. So stuff started looking a little scraggly. And I was like, this is bad. I mean, it looks good sometimes when you have dishes that don't match, but the way we had it, it wasn't right. So little by little, I started using, and I was like, we're going to use them dishes up there. So I brought them dishes down. Then the glasses started having problems. However, Pierre's mother sent us these glasses several years ago. I call them the apocalyptic glasses. Actually, what they remind me of, every time I drink out one of these glasses, I'm thinking about this song we used to sing in Bible school called The Horse and the Rider. And if you know the song, the only problem is the rider is not here, just the horses. I'm going to drink out of them until there ain't none of them here no more. I'm not going to go buy no glasses. Y'all think I'm kidding. I ain't playing. I pulled him out the other day, and he said, don't say nothing about my mom. I said, I ain't going to say nothing about it, but I'm just saying. That's who sent us some glasses. So we just sit up and laugh about it. We not ungracious. We do find humor and stuff because that's funny. Anywho, y'all, we always hear about parabens, methylparaben, and all of this other stuff. But there's some other stuff looming that is kind of like sliding under our noses and stuff. Oh, and I want to tell y'all, thank you for the interest in that little thing, that food I ate for dinner last night. And I'm sorry, Bird's Eye, whoever that was that I did that rant about that steamed vegetable. Bird's Eye, I think it was. If you're a Bird's Eye representative, y'all need to take that off your docket. That stuff didn't look nothing like that, and I know that wasn't nothing but the Holy Spirit that told me don't eat it. I'm not playing. I don't even want to have no flashback about that. Anyway, this is the recipe, and I need to tell y'all, I quartered this recipe. It makes 6 servings. I'm going to put the recipe up. And the only reason I haven't been putting the recipe up, y'all do not get me wrong. I don't want y'all, nobody, I'm lazy. L to the A to the Z to the Y when it come down to doing it. I ain't never like typing recipes. I need to figure out how to cut and paste something some kind of way. Maybe I need to invent a computer program. I ain't never did that in my life, but I do it in the name of not having to type a recipe, but that's called wanting y'all to have the information. Okay. The other thing is, what I was saying is, we hear about BPA, we hear about, what's the other thing? The parabens and all of that stuff. But I was looking in this magazine, and they were talking about phthalates, I think is how you say it, Phalates. And they were talking about that this too is another chemical that has had studies done on it that was released last year, 2013, by the WHO and United Nations, some type of health federation that's connected with the UN. And these particular chemicals are also hormone interrupters. And they were saying that a lot of the phthalates that are in can be found like in fragrances. So when you see something that says fragrance on it, they say sometimes it's listed as perfume, Parfum, or fragrance. It can be as much as 200 chemicals, which is like some type of proprietary blend, and of that blend, it can have cancer-causing agents in it. They were talking about how it creates some cancers, how it creates obesity, all of this stuff. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So I had already started making soap. That was last year. Now this doesn't do anything but just fuel it. Okay, so this is some of it that I made. It's actually what I use. This one is like a coffee one. And it's coffee and some other smells. It don't smell like a cup of coffee, but it's got that scent to it. And this one is sage. And I made these. Soap making is the way to go. They don't have no fragrance oils in them or nothing like that. But I'm just sharing. Anyway, y'all, I'm a hush. Toodles. Uh-oh, wait a minute. There, stop. That didn't stop.